Hi, and welcome to Adas Israel, the Jewish congregation of Mason City. This week's Sidrah takes place in the book of Exodus. It's Kisase. That's the counting of the Jews. One of the big stories that comes out of this week's Sidrah is the story of the golden calf.
The story about the golden calf is one of the most complex in all of the Torah. How could it be that these Jews, the 3 million who were slaves for centuries, simply walked out of Egypt in broad daylight, witnessed the miracle of the Passover and the splitting of the sea, and now suddenly decide to turn to idol worship?
Inconceivable, isn't it? How could something like this happen? Well, that's a great question.
As the Jews were leaving Egypt, a group of Egyptians joined up with them. They decided for themselves that this God of Israel seems like a pretty powerful dude, so hey, why not go along for the ride and see what happens? Well, everything was just super until they got to Sinai. And when the people perceive that Moses is late or not coming back from the mountain, he wasn't late, by the way, they simply miscalculated the time, it was these hangers-on, what the Torah calls the mixed multitude, who saw a chance to return to the worship of idols.
So what can we learn from this story of the mixed multitude? Well, there's a couple of things, I think. One is that we always run the danger of doubting. You know, it's easy to doubt the fact that God exists. It's much harder sometimes to prove it for some people. The other thing that this whole story teaches us is that we have mixed messages going on in our life every day. And how can we combat that? Well, here's a couple of examples. Number one is learn. Pick up the Chumash every single day and read the Torah portion for that week. Study it and learn a little bit more. And then delve into the commentaries, into the Talmud to find out exactly what does the oral tradition have to say. When you do those things, all of this becomes much more clear, and we as Jews understand that our place on this earth is not only to learn and to study, but also glorify and magnify God, and all of that stuff, the mixed multitude, simply becomes noise. Good Shabbos.